CHAN 2024. And then the opening date will be on the 2nd of August. That will be the first game, which will happen at the Benjamin Mkapa Stadium in Tanzania. But Uganda's first games at Mandela National Stadium will be on the 4th of July. Uganda will be playing against Algeria. So once again, my rallying call to all of us is to embrace this competition because it's historic, and let's all be part of an event which will have legacy benefits for the country. Thank you very much. Over to you, Ahmed.
Chairman and Mark, good morning everyone. My name is Ahmed Hussein, a member of the local organizing committee, communications and signage, and in particular helping out in the area of media. And we know how much important the media is. My area is on operations, so we would like to create a fantastic environment. This being a historic event for us, CHAN coming to Uganda, football having been introduced in Uganda in the 1890s, and having the opportunity now to host a very big tournament, and then AFCON also coming up in 2027. We call it CHAN 2024. The tournament was supposed to be held in 2024, and the brand name does not change. It carries forward. Even if this tournament was to be held in 2 years' time, it would remain CHAN 2024. And also, just for purpose of clarity, also the order of the co-hosting teams or countries is Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda. But it's natural that when you're in Uganda, some are going to start with their country. So, however, the order is Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda, and that will be the order. The media, for you to cover the tournament, is all about accreditation. This process has been completed, and I'm sure many of you who applied through the CAF Media channel have got approvals already. On how you're going to pick your accreditation, the communication will still come through the same channel, the CAF Media channel account by every journalist who did apply. And we tried as much as possible to make sure that those who are ready and those who applied and are journalists actually get the opportunity to be cleared or approved and get the chance to cover the tournament. The media will also have specific working areas. Sometimes we've seen games at Nambole Stadium or different stadiums, and someone, of course, you find yourself in the VIP or VVIP. This time when you have the accreditation strictly for media, you're a photographer, unless otherwise cleared by relevant authorities or people on duty, you cannot cross to areas that are not designated for media. Your accreditation tag allows you only to go to the media operation areas, and these are, there's going to be a special media tent. We would call it a media center, fully furnished, and that's where your first stop center. You arrive at the stadium, you come and execute your work as you wait for the game to kick off at 5 p.m., the first match. And then we have the press conference room. The press conference room is where we shall have the pre-match and post-match press conferences, where you shall have the coaches, you shall have the players before and after. Then we have the photographers area. The photographers area, the people are identified by the bibs that will be distributed to them. And these bibs, at the end of the tournament, we will carry them back home as souvenirs. The mixed zone is an area that every journalist who has been accredited and also has got that match day ticket to cover the game gets a chance to have extended interviews after the post-match press conference. From that, of course, some people get exclusive interviews, but also it is not mandatory that the players and the coaches have got to talk to you in the mixed season, but the connections you have with the team media officers of the 5 teams here, and remember we shall be having also the quarter-final matches, the quarter-final match here, a semi-final match, and also the 3rd place playoff match. So we shall be having interesting action. For the media, please desist from crossing to areas where your accreditation tag does not grant you that access. I know many of you try to beat the system. We do not want any media officer assigned by CAF to withdraw your accreditation tag, and that marks the end of your tournament. That shouldn't be part of us. But we believe that we've had enough practical sessions, enough training, and if there's any challenge, we're available, since we are going to create a WhatsApp group for all those who are accredited and those who are covering. And your coverage actually may not be just coming to cover the match. Some of you may want to cover things that are happening outside the stadium. You're also very much welcome. I'm sure there will be arrangement for that. So until the time, that is on 4th of August, we have our first game. We are very much available to give you all the support you need. As journalists, if there are any challenges, Mark and I and the doctor, we're here to support you so that you can have a memorable football tournament in the Pearl of Africa. Thank you so much.
It is very important for the media fraternity to know that access to Nambole, which is the major stadium for CHAN 2024 in Uganda, is not open access for everyone. It is only accessed by those journalists, photographers, and reporters that have been accredited by CAF. I think, Ahmed, what you need to clarify for them is whether there's still a window for any who could have missed. So you'll come back and clarify that. But anyway, that is the process. You have to be accredited, and we're already in that process of looking through the lists that CAF will have sent us. We have also been receiving questions from the public, and I'm glad Ahmed referred to it. People have been saying, you're making a mistake, it is 2025, why are you calling it CHAN 2024? The inaugural tournament for CHAN was in 2009 in Ivory Coast. But then from 2010, CAF made a decision that AFCON will be held in odd-numbered years so as not to clash with the FIFA schedule for the World Cup. Then thereafter, it was decided that CHAN will be held in the even-numbered years, every 2 years. So the edition of CHAN from 2014 has always been in an even-numbered year, though it may be held in an odd-numbered year. So we are having the 8th edition of CHAN, which is CHAN 2024, but it is held in 2025. So that is the clarification. When you see it in the signage, in the billboards, on TV, please don't think that the organizers have made a mistake or the service providers are making a mistake. Please advertise it as CHAN 2024. Don't try to self-correct and call it CHAN 2025. CHAN 2025 doesn't exist. The second one, we have also been receiving feelers from the public. They are asking us about tickets and ticket prices. The tickets and the prices is a participatory exercise by the 3 countries, Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda, by the local organizing committee from those 3 countries. All proposals have been made to CAF, who is the final decision maker, but the principle is tickets should be affordable to the lowest person in society that can be able to get money and want to attend a match. Number 2, we want to fill the stadium. So you cannot do that if the tickets are very expensive. Number 3, we want, especially for Uganda, for everyone to have a memorable experience as we warm up ourselves for AFCON 2027. So very soon, CAF will be making that announcement on behalf of Pamoja. When we talk of Pamoja, we talk of Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda. They are the ones who are going to announce the ticket prices for the various countries, because a fan may want to move from Uganda to go to Tanzania or to go to Nyayo Stadium in Kenya to watch a match. So you'll also get to know that. That release, we shall put it out to all media houses. It will be a virtual release of these ticket prices. The service provider or the company that will be responsible for selling the tickets, handling the whole ticket business in Uganda on behalf of CAF has already been identified. As a local organizing committee, we know which that company is, but CAF is the one to announce it. So there is a lot going on that you may not be aware of as the public, but please be comforted. CAF is moving at a responsible speed. The other responsibility that CAF has is to ensure that we brand the stadium. As we speak now, the company that has been identified by CAF to brand the stadium at Nambole has already set foot in the country. I think they arrived over the weekend, and they are already in touch with the authorities at Nambole to begin branding. So you'll see a lot of activity at Nambole. The other service provider for CAF that has set foot in the country is called Publicis, to help with branding, especially at the airport and all the route to Nambole. So they have also started. However, also the government of Uganda has put in funds through the local organizing committee to help with putting up billboards. So especially the billboards you'll see around the city, and almost around 21 roads or so. That will be the local organizing committee handling that branding. So it is responsibility. There are those areas which CAF is responsible for, then there are those which the local organizing committee is responsible for. The service provider for CAF will also be branding the hotels that have been identified by CAF, working together with the local organizing committee to host the teams, the 5 teams that shall be here. That is Uganda, Algeria, Niger, Guinea, and South Africa. Those hotels have already been identified, and they'll also be branded. We have also identified some hotels that will be used by the journalists. The journalists who come, or even for you, if you want to stay near Nambole so that you don't hassle with the traffic of the week, there are hotels we are going to advertise, not to advertise, rather to mention on our website. When you go there, you'll pay for yourself. All we are going to do is to give notice to these hotels, give favorable prices to our journalists that are covering the event. We shall also be providing shuttle transport for the journalists, especially when you let us know where you can be congregated, so that we move you to Nambole, especially those that may be staying in other hotels that we have not earmarked as a local organizing committee. As we speak right now, there is a training going on for a group of people whom we are calling volunteers. We have recruited about 400 to 500 volunteers that will be helping us with the tournament for the whole month. This, we are calling them volunteers not because they are going to work for nothing, but they are not permanent employees. Once the tournament ends, then we shall let them go, but they remain in our database. They may be given an opportunity for consideration when we are also hosting AFCON 2027, in case they are still interested. The other important fact that you need to be aware of is that all the facilities we need to use for CHAN 2024 are ready. The main stadium is Nambole. The training facilities are the training facility at Nambole, You have Mutesa 2, Wankulukuku, you have Chambogo University grounds. There's a football field there we have prepared. Then you also have the Fufa Kadiba Stadium, and you have Kampala International School, Uganda, in Bukoto. Facilities are ready. Some will be training grounds for the teams that we are hosting, as I said. The other ground will also be for the referees to use. We also have in plan a robust security and public safety plan. We are going to get in touch with CAF this week, early next week, to make the final tune-up, and then we shall come back here at the media center to update the public on the plan we have for transport and security at Nambole. The important fact that you need to appreciate is that we want to work with minimal inconvenience to the public and businesses. So we shall do all our best to ensure that we come up with a transport plan that does not inconvenience the public. But also, Nambole being limited in terms of parking space, and you're having a tournament for 1 month, we may not be able to allow everyone to drive in. So we shall also be relying a lot on the mass transport system, the train, buses, etc., and drop-off points that are at a certain distance away from the stadium. We are grateful of the Republic of Uganda for committing all the funds that we need to organize this tournament, CHAN 2024, in Uganda. We are not demanding government for any money. We have already paid CAF $13 million for CHAN operations, and also the local organizing committee has been provided for to do all this other work that I've been mentioning, of putting up billboards, etc. There is something that I've missed out, and I thought Ahmed would say it as well. We have identified, I think it will be almost all radio stations and TV stations to advertise CHAN 2024. So literally no one should be left behind. So this company that I talked to you about, of CAF, called Publicis, will be approaching you, the media houses, and working out the contracts on how you're going to advertise the tournament. So we want to give as much coverage to the country. Though the event is taking place in Chira municipality, which is Wakiso district, we want the whole country to be aware of what is taking place. Tomorrow is a very important day for us as a country, because His Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda will be officially launching CHAN 2024 tournament in Uganda, as Mark Namanya said, at Kololo National Ceremonial Grounds. It is an invite-only event because we cannot accommodate the entire public. There is another activity by the Ministry of Trade that is using the facility, so we cannot have the whole public in the launch of CHAN 2024. We have invited most of you, and I hope you will show up. We have invited also all the football teams, both women and men, to come. There are almost 48 clubs, so each of them will be represented. We are going to have a very big population of students as a motivation for them in sports, especially those who are already involved in all sorts of sports in their universities and schools. We have dignitaries from the neighboring countries, and diplomatic missions from the whole continent of Africa will be there, and businessmen, etc., that are in the sports sector. So it will be a good day for the country, showcasing our country and ability to host CHAN 2024, as well as saying Uganda is ready for this event. So with that, allow me to take up any questions from you. I'll invite Ahmed to respond to Remi's question on the broadcasting online etc. So you'll talk about that, and the giving of rights on who should broadcast the matches. What the CAF, how CAF handles that. The question of hotels, there is some information because of the sensitivity of the tournament and some of the guests that are coming, that we kind of withhold the final decision. Okay? We will withhold the final decision to say, you know, Dr. Mjimba will sleep here, so and so will sleep there. But just know we've identified about 7 hotels within the country where these teams shall be residing, and CAF has already cleared them to host the teams and the VIPs that are coming. Arrivals, as soon as we get the schedule, for us we'll know, but the standard practice is that a team should be in the country preferably 72 hours before your match. That is usually the standard practice. So all teams may not arrive at the same time, but we are already receiving schedules as a local organizing committee of what we call the advanced teams. Advanced teams for these national teams that are going to be hosted in Uganda. Again, that information is operational. It's not for the public to know the specifics, but just know that that information is already coming in. You asked about the government input. For starters, government has committed 1.3 trillion shillings towards hosting both CHAN and AFCON. A lot of that is really going into infrastructure development. As you well know, construction, civil works, mechanical, electrical works in any facility are the most expensive part of the project. Without really going too much into the details of infrastructure we are working on, but there are some, what you would call the soft services that government is responsible for. For example, for the country to ensure that we have a peaceful hosting of CHAN 2024 and AFCON 2027, there's a lot that will go on, a lot of investments that government will make, which some of it you'll see, but a lot of it you may not be able to see. So that is an input from the government. Number 2, we are also responsible as a country for all the medical and anti-doping services and readiness for CHAN. We are responsible for fan experience. So we are going to be setting up some fan zones around the country, even when the tournament is going on. So if you don't see it happen before 2nd of August, don't think the window is closed. For example, that one is something we are going to reveal. So we do not want to preempt now. It will be revealed. Yes, even the artist, let's leave you with the element of surprise. But just know, yes, for us, let's keep ours a surprise for you. Yes, you know platinum, diamonds, whatever from Tanzania and the Kenyan, but we want to again surprise you for Uganda. But at least that one we've agreed on a theme song. It's not like the mascot. On the issue of security, let us agree that when we come back next week, we shall give you a full security brief. Let's not preempt that for today. I thank you. Okay, please.
Because they were breaching rules and regulations under the marketing and media regulations. Thank you so much.
The gentleman who asked about government input, we've identified about some media houses, but we shall also be distributing to you some pull-up banners, you know, 1 or 2 or 3 or 2 or 4 banners to have in your stations. Okay, so I'll invite Mr. Ahmed to give us a Uganda rendering of what we have said, and then we call it a day. Thank you.